John Deere D105 spring. It stopped going forward and backward. It's that spring right there. And this is the piece that popped off. So the first thing we did is pull the battery, remove 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, and then you have to remove the 4 screws. There was one there, one there. You have to take the battery out, of course. One there, and one back there. So that's the first part. Next, we're going to remove these springs. I believe it's a 10 millimeter I'm using. Yep. Tanks. We're going to move these covers here. Let's take these off. So we can slip this up. Okay. They just twist off. That one twists off. So get that. And let's see this one. Same. They pop off, slip off. Next, we have to disconnect the starter right here. We're going to disconnect this housing wire, this wire right here. Just pull off. Disconnect it. Okay, so the next step is we have to lift the frame to be able to take the gas tank out right here. I say make sure that it's in neutral and lower the deck all the way down. So it's all the way down. Boom. Next, you have to jack up the frame. I use some wood to get it up. So next, you have to remove these pins. Right here, that one. And this one on this side. We need a pair of pliers and a needle nose. I like this one, and a screwdriver we'll use. Ooh, any one will do. Probably use a hook tool to get it. So I used the hook tool to get that out. Pliers. And I'm gonna place that right there so we don't lose it. And also remember, for this spacer right here comes off, you don't want to lose that spacer. Clean that up, put that back too. Put that on that side so you don't forget. And we're gonna go repeat the same thing on this side. And pass it out. See, put the hook to the window, pop out. There. Remember that spacer. You don't want to lose that. Place that right there. Next, we're going to remove the gas lines here. Crimp that, pull it back, and then just pull these off. This is a thin line, this is a fat line, so you won't be able to mix the two up. Get them pulled. And as you see, the thick and the thin lines go there, so you can't mix them up. Okay, we're gonna pull this clamp off, slide them through here, like my man in the video showed me. And we're gonna tuck them away. I'll put that clamp back. Pull this through there, tuck them over here so we can get this tank out. And put the clamp back. So I gotta remove the gas tank, and just like the brother in the video, I got a lot of gas in there, so it's gonna be a little heavy, but I'm gonna get it out. And then it's a little heavy because it's filled, but you gotta lift this up more, set it like on the top there, and it'll pop out a little bit. Twisting and turning, got it out. Wasn't too bad. Oh, keynote, you got to take that orange thing off. For some reason, I lifted and it popped off of there. It's not broken, just popped off. There's the spring. So this is easier to do than dropping the transmission and pulling all of this apart. It seemed like this was a much easier way. You don't gotta disconnect all them belts and all of that. So I'm gonna get that little screw off and we're gonna see what we can work. The next thing is, I always keep this cheap screwdriver set, but you need one of these, and 17, I believe that is snap-on. You have to be able to latch onto that and then get that screw loose. There's a nut and that screws on there. So I'm gonna take this 17. Trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time for y'all. There, those are sitting on there. Give me a little leverage. Put my boom and start turning it and free it out. And it took a little bit, but it's starting to come out. And you don't want to force stuff, just a little bit of tug, but that screw's coming out now. And just like the brother in the video, this is the problem. See how that goes through there? It's John Deere design, and that spring is loading, and then after a while, that spring just pushes through that hole. Doesn't strip, so you're gonna need to put a washer and do some other stuff. We're gonna fabricate a few things to get that. It's a little challenging. I'll put some lock stuff on it, just like the brother from the other video. It was very hard to get this down. I tried to use ties, but it won't. You have to actually press down and use a drill just to touch it a little bit. Now time to put it back together and let's see if it works. Just put those back on, the gas lines back on. I'm about to put the springs back on. Remember, you got those washers that go on also. So here we are, start.